Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. The title of this topic is Where Variable Attribute is Defined First Matters. Understanding the compile phase in SAS. Now let us quickly look in what we are going to discuss in this topic. Initially, I will introduce very briefly about data step. Then I will discuss what is the impact of where we define variables on impact of length by two examples. Then I will also discuss what will be the impact on order of variables with one example. And this all has to do with where we define our variables. Now let us quickly look into the SAS data step. When we execute SAS data step, it undergoes two phases. The first one is known as compile phase and second one is known as execution phase. Let us very briefly at a high level look into what these phases do. I'm not telling that this contains everything related to compile phase and execution phase. I have given just very high level points what happens in a compile phase and in execution phase. In compile phase, data step checks for syntax, it builds PDV and creates descriptor portion. In compile phase, few other things happen, but I'm just showing whatever is required for this presentation. In execution phase, generally the data is read and it is written back to the SAS dataset or it is written back to the log. Now in the compile phase, we are interested only in the descriptor portion. So our discussion will be mostly on this third point, that is descriptor portion, and how compile phase works in creating the descriptor portion. Now let us quickly look into what descriptor portion is. Variable name and other attributes like length, format and others form the descriptor portion. In this presentation, we will be discussing how SAS compiler first checking a particular variable attribute will impact its length and order. And let us quickly look into also another thing, how we can look into descriptor portion of a dataset. Descriptor portion of a dataset can be easily looked into with the help of proc contents, and by giving proc contents data equal to dataset we are interested in. Here for example I have taken SAS help.class. So here we can see that we can see variable and its attributes. Initially we have variable name and we have type, length. Here we do not have other attributes like format and labels and others. And here we also have order of our variables in the data set. Here we have the numbers on the left hand side. One indicates that the order of variable name comes first in the SAS data set. Now let us quickly look into the core of our talk. Here we are going to look into example 1, if then statement. Now first I wanted to inform you one important thing, that is SAS compiler looks into variables one by one and sets up the descriptor portion. Here we have set statement. In set statement we have variables name, sex, age, height, weight, and these attributes are exactly copied from SAS help.class for descriptor portion of ABC dataset. Once this is done, it looks into next variable which we are defining in this if then statement. Here we are saying if sex equal to F, then val equal to no. If sex equal to M, then val equal to S. As you can see that we have defined the val here, but we are telling it twice. So SAS compiler just sees any variable only once and it ignores the next one. which means now as we have set val equal to no, the variable length is set to 2. Because of this, it will truncate the next value, and you can see this from the output in here. Here I have also pasted the proc contents results for dataset ABC. Here we can see that variable val has length of 2. From this, it is very clear that whenever SAS compiler sees the definition of the variable for the first time, it picks up the length from there. And how we can fix this length issue and make it not to truncate? This can be done by two ways, and let's look into both of them, but the second way is a more preferable one. Now, instead of making compiler see a smaller length first, we are going to define the variable with longer length first. Here we have defined if sex equal to m, then val equal to s. Again, compiler picks up all the attributes from SAS help.class and then picks up the attributes from val wherein we have defined here for the first time. It ignores the next one. So as we have defined with the length 3, it is going to pick up 3 for dataset ABC. And here you can see that this length is enough to accommodate all the values and there is no truncation. And also from proc contents, we can see that the variable val has now the length of 3. Instead of doing this way, it's always recommended to give explicit length statement without changing the if-then statements. Now let us quickly see what is happening in here. Again, compiler picks up variables from SAS help.class and also it picks up all the attributes pertaining to those variables and creates the descriptor portion for ABC. And now it also looks into the next variable which is available in here, that is val. And this val variable is in a length statement. So it looks into this and fixes the length as 3. Compiler will no longer look into this if then statements. As described earlier, compiler only looks for the variable attributes only once. And here the descriptor portion is complete, and we can see from proc contents that the variable val has now the length of 3 and there is no truncation. This is obviously a best choice to do than to shuffle the if then statements. Now let us look into the second scenario wherein we are going to discuss about length, but here we are going to talk about datasets order in set statement. In here we are trying to concatenate two datasets. This dataset has same variable var and it has different lengths in test1 dataset and test2 dataset. Test1 dataset length of the variable var is 3, whereas in the case of test2 it is 10. While concatenating the dataset with the set statement, if we are going to mention the test1 dataset first, which has a smaller or shorter length, then the compiler will first look into the variable var in test1 and assigns the length 3. And if you see the test2, the length is 10 and the variable is much longer than 3. This will lead to truncation. Here we can also look into proc compare and we can see that length is 3. Again, where we place our dataset decides the variable length. To sum it up, the variable length for new dataset always depends upon when the compiler sees the variable length. Here, the compiler in the set statement is looking into variable with a shorter length, and hence the dataset will also have the shorter length. Now let us see how we can fix this problem. Fixing this problem is simple. All we need to do is we need to make compiler see longer length of the variable by changing the dataset order. Here we have changed the dataset order in the set statement and we have placed test2 first, which means the var will have 10 length here. So whenever the compiler sees, it first looks into the first occurrence of the variable var and it has length 10 and it fixes the length 10 for the new data set. Because of this, we will have no truncation, and if you quickly look into proc contents, we can also see the length of 10. Now let us see the other way to fix this problem. Instead of changing the dataset order, all we need to do is we need to give the length statement for the variable we want first, and then what it does is as soon as the compiler sees the length statement of the variable first time, then it fixes this particular length. It looks into this variable first because the length statement comes first for this variable even before the set statements, and probably this is the best way to fix the length issues. Now let us look into the final topic, that is how order of variables is impacted by where the variables appear. Now this we can understand by an example which we have discussed before. Here we have two examples wherein we are creating two data sets. In the first case it is data ABC, in the second case ABC1. And if we see here, in both of them we are using length statements and we are giving appropriate lengths so that we don't have any issues with the length. In both of these data steps, the position where length statement is placed is different. In the case of the first example here, the length statement comes after the set statement, whereas in the case of the second example, length statement is before the set statement, and this will impact the order of variables. Because in the case of the first example, first the compiler will look into the set statement and it will copy the variable names and attributes from the SAS_help.class. That is, it copies name, sex, age, height, weight, variable names and their attributes first, and then it captures the variable val and then it comes as the last variable in here. Whereas in the case of example 2, as the length statement for val is placed first, this val will be the first variable in the data set you can see in here, and then the compiler will look into other variables from SAS_help.class, that is name, sex, age, height, weight. From this, it is very clear that order of the variables also is impacted by where we keep our variables. So when you are very particular about the order of the variables, it is very important to understand where you have to keep your variables so that they are in the order you need. And now let us try to conclude this topic. In the conclusion, I would like to say one thing. Variable attributes, that is their order, length and others, depend on where we first define them. By understanding the compile phase, we can avoid any data related issue. That's all for this topic. If you have liked this topic, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe. Thank you.